It's a blessing to welcome on a top 20 prospect in the country, one of the highest all-time commits, and now the newest and the first member of Oregon's 2020 recruiting class, Nathan Bittle. What's going down, man?
Nothing much, just chilling.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, man, congratulations on announcing Oregon, man.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
For sure. Well, I mean, let's get into this. You had a Final Four, Oregon, Arizona, UCLA, Gonzaga. You're going to Oregon. Why the school you want to attend?
Oregon is where I'm from. It's my hometown, close to my family, and I've just built a great relationship with the coaching staff there, and I think that's a school that will help me get to my dream goal, which is the NBA.
A lot of people kind of had the idea of Oregon being a kind of the likeliest place that a lot of crystal balls going there. And you are the ultimate guy, staying home, hometown hero. What's it going to be like kind of being embraced by the hometown fans?
It's going to be great. Just know that I'm an Oregon kid going to Oregon. I have all the Oregon support on my back, my hometown, Eugene, Portland. I just love that. Nothing much to say besides I'm from Oregon. It's going to be a great experience at Oregon.
I never like asking this question until you guys do commit, but growing up, who was the dream school? Who was the school you always like rooting for growing up as a kid?
Growing up, it was always Oregon. They were just the closest college to us. They always just have had a great team just growing up and everything. They made it to the Final Four a couple years ago. They just know how to win, and I want to play on a winning college team. And just growing up, watching them win, I always want to be an Oregon Duck, and finally like following my dreams.
We're going to get more into Oregon in a second, but let's talk about those Final Four. Arizona's in there. West Coast Elite got part of them. We know that's obviously a lot of players go there from West Coast Elite. Nico, Josh, the big ones. KJ just commit out there. You have them. You have UCLA with a lot of big-time guys like Payne Watson out there, as well as Gonzaga where Ben just went. You have all these schools in your Final Four. What's about those programs, though?
Those all those programs are just great programs, winning programs. I know coaches just got to UCLA, Coach McCronin and all them. They showed how they could win at the end of last season. Arizona's always just been a winning program. Gonzaga, always been a winning program, running through their bigs and everything. They're just all great programs, and it was a hard decision. Me and my family talked about it a lot, and finally, me and my family came to a conclusion that we wanted to go to Oregon.
When was that point? What was kind of, it was a couple weeks ago. When did you know you were going to be an Oregon Duck?
Honestly, it was last week. I got off the phone with Coach Altman, I think, last week on one of the nights. Next morning, I woke up and I was just like I'm feeling Oregon. Like, this is where I want to go. And then I just called my parents up. And I said, I want to go to Oregon. And they just were like, all right, let's do it. They've been very supportive of it, and they will continue to be. And it's a great experience.
Out of those Final Four, was there maybe a school you thought was number two that was really up with them right to the very end?
I'd say UCLA and Gonzaga. They're both just great programs, but I wanted to be in Oregon. I didn't really want to travel super far away from my family. I want my family to be able to watch me, my little brother, sister, my grandparents, friends, all that. So I think Oregon was just the best winning school. Always had a good program with their players. They've put a lot of players in the NBA the last couple of years. So.
Mm-hmm. And about Gonzaga, real quick, we know Ben, Greg, you and guys are pretty close. Having him commit there, was that any kind of appeal or attraction to you possibly playing with him in college?
No, it wasn't actually. Me and him have talked about where he's going, where I'm going. If we should team up at the same, and there's nothing about that. Like, if we went to the same school, I'd be happy. Both Oregon kids playing at a big school, kind of showing respect to Oregon. So.
Absolutely. Let's talk about this Oregon, man. There's a guy that a couple years ago was out there, and we didn't get to see him for a whole season, but that's Bol Bol, a guy that you can kind of play a lot like in terms of that unicorn name, if you want to call it, where you can do guard things, you can shoot the ball, space it out, block. There's nothing you really can't do on the court at a 7 foot height. Having that kind of comparison, as seeing Bol Bol make it to the NBA and do his thing out there, how appealing was that to you?
It was big. I remember just coaches would just send me film of Bobo, of him knocking down threes, doing his own dribbling moves, scoring off the dribble, dunking, finishing, blocking shots, playing defense on guards. And I just saw that and I was like, me and Bobo are kind of the same players, super long, can shoot the three, finish inside. And I just saw that and I was like, okay, they've coached a big that can shoot and do all this other stuff. So I know that they can coach me to be great.
We only got to see a little glimpse, like I said, of him because he got hurt. You hopefully we can see him play the whole entire season. What do you think they're capable of? I mean, seeing being a Coach Allman's system for an entire year or more, what are you capable of developing into?
I think I will be developing into a bigger man, just growing, getting stronger. Great strength program. I mean, it's just a great program, winning culture, great coaching staff, always there for you. Um, Great teammates, always like helping each other off the court. So.
Now, with a guy of your caliber, a top 10 player in the country, not only is it your dream to play in the NBA, but it's almost kind of an expectation that eventually you will be playing in the NBA and be your first top round pick. How do you kind of plan to navigate that and kind of you know that you ultimately want to play in the NBA someday, but you're still going to focus in on college for at least the next year?
I mean, I just got to take college super seriously. I'm not going to be messing around in college. I'm going to be just basketball school, basketball school. Just trying to get to my ultimate goal, you know?
And as like I said, I mean, your ultimate goal is to play in the NBA. Would that be something that if you have an opportunity to after the first year, that's something you definitely would look into?
Yeah.
For sure. And now, what do you think you have to do? I mean, that's basically 2 years from right now. You'll be preparing for the NBA draft or even be drafted at this point. How do you plan to get to that point? What do you need to improve on so you can be an NBA draft pick?
I think I need to improve my strength at the next level. It's just going to be a lot more physical. And even after that, NBA is even more physical than college. So I got to get a lot stronger and quicker. I mean, you see how fast college games, NBA games are going up and down the floor. Those guys are sprinting numerous amount of minutes, just sprinting up and down the floor. I think I need to get in better shape and get stronger.
Now, you will be playing the Pac-12, which I think a year ago maybe it wasn't as respected as the other conferences, but this 2020 class has really revamped the entire Pac-12, having multiple guys in the top 10 commit out there. You see guys like Evan Mobley, you see guys like Zaire Williams, and 2020 All-Star has guys like Isael out there. You see this the level of play that Pac-12 will have. How excited to be able to be part of that?
I mean, it's going to be an awesome experience. Great competition, just making myself that much better for my ultimate goal.
No doubt. And who would you say is the team you're most excited to go play against in the Pac-12?
Um, I mean, probably whatever team's going to be the best. I mean, I want to beat the best team in the Pac-12. So.
And you talk about 2021 recruiting class. You're the first guy. You probably now become the face in the entire class. Is there anyone else you know that you'd like to possibly bring along with you now?
I mean, there's some guards that I want to bring with me that I know they can play super good, score, pass the ball, and win.
So what would you say is maybe like the dream class? Who specifically is it that you know you'd really like to play with?
I mean, Hunter Silas, great, just a great all-around player. Defense, offense, just super good. I mean, there's so many guys in my class that just know how to play and are really good. So.
The 2020 class maybe isn't a big headlining class, but there's a point guard that they landed in, Jaylen Terry. I'm really high. I think he's super underrated. Originally was going to go to Michigan State. He's probably going to be there when you get out there. What's it going to be like playing with him?
I mean, it's going to be great. I've played with him at different places all over.
Mm-hmm.
Super athletic guard that knows how to play, like can shoot, score, pass the ball really good. So I know who you're talking about, and he's really good.
Let's talk about Coach Allman a little bit. He's, as I said, he's a great coach. We see him what he does on the court. But how about off the court? What's it like at the personal level?
I mean, he's just a great guy. I mean, you can just tell by the way he just carries himself. I mean, he does stuff with the coaching staff all the time with his players. And I mean, that's just something I looked at off the court. He's like another dad to the players. So.
And you've been able to build a lot of relationships now with the past years through your recruiting process. Were there any coaches in particular you look back at that really shocked you? Like you weren't necessarily expecting them to have a certain kind of personality type or have much energy as they maybe had?
I'd say Brian Michelson of Gonzaga. He was just a great guy. He was always there, just checking in on me, asking how I'm doing. And when I told him that I wasn't going to go there, I mean, he was just like I'm like proud of you. Like, go do you. I'm going to be following you for the next however many years. And he was very like thankful. And I told him like thanks for the time and everything. And he was just like a great guy about it.
And you did something that's really special about you. You're a guy that most people pretty much know since really the rankings started coming out, but You start off as kind of the bottom end of the 25 group and you numbered yourself up to top 10, number 8, number 9 range. Just seeing the way you progress now and being able to sustain yourself as a 5-star this many years, what's that mean to you?
I means a lot. Just knowing that I'm keep getting better, even with the players in my class that are really good, just keep getting better. There's a lot of great players I feel like in my class that have great potential, and I'm proud that I could carry myself throughout these 4 years or whatever, just staying in that top range.
You are the 5th all-time highest commit in Oregon history now. To have that behind your name, what's that like?
That's crazy. Like I never thought when I was younger like this would like be happening. And now that it's happening, it seems so like unreal almost, just like knowing that I'm the 5th highest ranked recruit going into Oregon. So
When did you start realizing that you can be one of, if not the best players in your class?
I'd probably say my freshman year. That's when like the news started saying stuff about me, and I was like, wow, like my name's really getting out there. Like this is crazy. And then playing with Coach Silver, Coach Silver just does a great job of just getting you in front of the right people, getting you in front of college coaches, and I couldn't thank Coach Silver enough.
Let's talk about Coach Silver a little bit. He is one of if not the best recruiters, AU directors in the entire country in this entire game, and you've been with him now for a few years. You didn't get to play your senior and your final AAU season with him, but just seeing what your relationship with him, what's that been like as it's developed over time?
It's been great. He's always been there for me, for my family. He cares almost probably more about you off the court than he does on the court. He's a great guy, always there. Like if I need somewhere to stay when I go down there for practice, he lets me stay with him, takes care of me and my family, and I couldn't thank him enough.
And this West Coast Elite programs continue to get a bigger name each year. Nico and Josh really brought to that next level of being a nationally known group, and now you got yourself, you got Aiden, you have KJ, Marcellus. The list goes on. Seeing just what this West Coast Elite program become, what's that looking back at that?
It's awesome just knowing that it came from almost like little to just like blown up over time. I think it really started with Nico and Josh, and then when I came, the face of the program just kept growing and growing and growing, and now people know who we are.
There's a nickname Coach Silver refers to you by, and that's the Alligator. When did that name first start?
I think we were at a tournament, and he said that like, cause I was blocking a lot of shots. He said he's just gonna call me the Alligator because I was like just chomping, like just blocking everything. Like it was some crazy story. I don't really remember, but it stuck with me for like, it's probably been 2 or 3 years now that it stuck with me. But it's whatever.
Is that a nickname you like being called?
Yeah, I don't really care like that much about it, but it's a nickname. Everyone has their funny nickname in this program.
For sure. And you are a long, lengthy guy. You block shots. You averaged nearly 5 blocks a game last season. When did you first start learning how to use your length, though, in games?
I'd say my freshman year. I think my freshman year, I was just getting a lot of blocks, rebounds. I was able to score a little bit my freshman year, but I'd say my freshman year is when I learned how to use my length to my advantage.
And you've been at Crater since 8th grade year. You're able to kind of get gushed to the high school level for a little bit there. What was it like starting that early?
It was a great experience. Just being able to play with better competition since I was younger. I think that made me that much better. So.
And you averaged 25 a game, nearly 12 rebounds, 5 blocks, a little over 3 assists a game last year, as well as winning Max Prep's Oregon Player of the Year, and a lot of other awards. Look back at last season, your junior year. Would you say that was a success?
Yeah, I say it was very successful. I think last year we probably had the best team we've ever had at Crater. It sucked that we weren't able to finish the season, but nothing we can do about it. And the guys I played with last year on that Crater team were just spectacular. They just knew how to play with me, and I knew how to play with them, and it was great.
Now we know the big move you decided to make, going out to Prolfiic Prep, staying in Napa Valley now. What went in this decision?
Coach Phelps had a lot to do with it. He was my AU coach this last year, and he just knows how to play me, knows how to coach. He's coached at the college level for a long time, and he's also just like, he's a guy that's there for you. Like whenever I need him, I asked him to work out all the time. He's like, "Yep, I'll be there like at this time. Come," and then I'll be like, "All right, let's do it." So.
And we know COVID out there in Oregon. I know there's a lot of stuff that's setting that season's probably not going to start on time. A lot of it's kind of up in the air with the season. Was that a big impact in your decision?
Yeah, it was. I mean, we don't really know if we were going to have a season in Oregon. We know that we're going to be having a season or somewhat of a season down here. And I mean, down here, you're also you're lifting weights. You're getting better every day in practice, playing against top recruits. You're working out every day. So
If COVID wasn't really a factor, do you think you still would be at Crater, or would you still possibly look at going to something like Prolific?
if COVID never happened, I'd probably still be a Crater.
Gotcha. And well, let's talk about this year now. You're like the third or fourth guy to come in now. You're looking at a team loaded now. Arterio, you already have Jordan Pope remaining there. You have Kamari Lands, Isael Silva's out there. You're holding it down low. You guys are putting together a potential number one team in the country. What's it like putting this roster together?
I mean, it's awesome experience. I mean, we can show that we're probably one of the best high school basketball teams in the country. Just competing against the top teams. I mean, there's a lot of underrated guys I feel like on the team that can show what they're going to be able to show this year.
And we always grow up watching in the NBA these super teams form. Free agency is always crazy in the NBA. Now we're seeing this happen in high school, and you guys are putting together really just a super team. You talk about the guy that just mentioned. Muhammad's going to be out there now. He's a top player in the country, and underrated players, other guys might be coming in as well now. What's like just putting this together and how this kind of come together?
I mean, it's kind of crazy, but you just get to practice, and there's dudes that are from overseas that are like kids that you've never played against or seen before that are just like super athletic, strong. Even kids just from across the country. Kamari, probably one of the best shooters I've ever seen. Arterio is just super athletic. Issa, quick scoring point guard. Like every single piece will come together this year, I feel like, and we'll be able to make a run for it.
These are big shoes you guys are filling. A team that was going to go to Geico last year but didn't get canceled. A team that won the grind session, had two McDonald's All-Americans. It was a really big-time team last year. How do you guys look to be able to continue with the success that they had last year?
I think we just got to play super hard, super quick, and just not let anyone get into our heads.
And you obviously went there with Coach Fuka, but with the whole new coaching staff, kind of the revamp of the program, what's the expectations? What's the biggest goals for yourself personally as well as a team?
I mean, I want to help the team win as much as I can. That's something that I think we need. Bring a lot of defensive intensity, and I mean, just play hard.
And I read somewhere when growing up until you got to high school, you were playing football as well as baseball. Talk about those sports.
When I was a freshman year, I think is when I stopped playing both sports. But I mean, just growing up, I've always played football and baseball, and those were my other sports besides basketball because I didn't really play AAU until my freshman year. So,
What led to the switch? Did you just decide to kind of just want to focus on basketball, or why'd you want to stop playing those sports?
I'd say AAU, and I just wanted to get super good at basketball and play college basketball. That's probably why I stopped playing those sports.
Without a doubt. You also been a part of USA Basketball. You made it to the finalist 13. You've had a lot of experience with them. You guys don't really have the season right now. It's because of COVID going on. What's your experience being at the USA camps? What were those like?
I mean, those were insane. Just playing against the best kids literally in America, competing every day, just messing around, having fun with them, making new friends. Like, it's just a great experience there.
What would you say is your favorite Team USA memory you've had so far?
Probably in Florida when I was the last cut guy. I mean, I was right there, almost made it, but
Mm-hmm. And you just look at your class. I mean, you're going up against the best of the best for guys older than you, younger than you. You're around just talent all over the place. What's that like, and what kind of competitive drive does that bring out of you being around the best of the best?
I mean, it brings out a lot just showing that I have to go out there and stand my ground.
No doubt, man. A few more things before I let you go. Want to talk about your parents. Both of them were athletes. Your mom played softball. Your dad played basketball. It's kind of having basketball in the family. What's it been like growing up in that?
I mean, it's been great. My dad still plays basketball to this day.
Mm-hmm.
My mom, she'll rebound for me sometimes here and there. And I mean, it's just an awesome experience. My dad played for Danny Miles from Oregon Tech. He got introduced to the National Coach Hall of Fame a couple years ago. He had offers to go D1, play overseas, but he wanted to start a family. And I mean, my mom was just super good at softball and basketball. So,
You mentioned your dad's still playing. I'm guessing you guys play some one-on-one games then?
yeah, we do now. Yeah.
How those games usually go?
I've started beating him the last 4 years, but before that, he's just backed me down and just tried to score on me in the post.
Absolutely, man. Well, I was like wrapping up, kind of talking about building a legacy for yourself, which is something I think everyone wants to do. So when you are done playing basketball someday, what do you want to be remembered for what you do both on as well as off the court?
I probably just want to be remembered for a guy that's a hustler, can score, play defense, probably do every little aspect of the game. And I mean, off the court, I just want to build connections with people, help people. So,
That's awesome, man. My last thing, give Oregon fans the three biggest goals you have set for your Oregon career.
let's win a lot of games. Uh, a lot of fans there at the games cheering, and hopefully we'll bring a national title back.
Absolutely, man. Well, I definitely appreciate you taking time to come on today, and congratulations on the commitment again, man.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Of course, y'all's welcome on. God bless.
All right.